volunteering in the very first shelter for survivors of domestic violence to open in the state of California. It was 1977. I was 23. I was typing a fundraising appeal. Now, in those days, we didn't get that many donations of money, but we got a lot of donations of couches. So I was sitting cross-legged on the floor with a typewriter on the couch cushion, and all of a sudden, there was shattered glass from a window and a loud boom, and I realized we are being shot at. So I grabbed the kids that I was also supposed to be watching, and we got down behind a couch. I could hear a man outside shouting, "Send out my wife. I know she's in there." My colleague, Connie, walked over to the door and out on the porch, and she said in her most school principal voice, "You have to put that gun away, and you have to go. And if you don't, we will call the police." Well, I knew we were not calling the police. First of all, we didn't want the police to know where we were, and secondly, we had a policeman's wife staying with us. But there was silence, sound of a car driving off. Connie comes back in, points to the glass. "Look at the mess he made." I was at that shelter because I was studying to be a minister, and I was there to provide spiritual guidance to anybody who needed it. But the shelter was so chronically short of money that I was put on the fundraising committee to raise money from churches. I knew nothing about that, but I was the only person who had friends in churches who could help us. So the next day, I had an appointment with a woman who we thought could give maybe $5,000. And I said to Connie, "Why don't you come with me to this appointment and we'll talk to her together?" And Connie said, "Oh no, I don't think so. Asking for money is way too scary." And I thought, seriously? You would rather face down a man with a gun than ask a friendly person who had money to give you some of it? I had felt called to go to seminary in order to do social justice work. But the more social justice work I did, the more I could see that these organizations just needed money. And in my, so far pretty limited experience, fundraising wasn't that hard. In fact, the hardest thing about it was how much people hate asking other people to give them some money. And so fundraising became my ministry. And 42 years later, I'm still in it. I'm still following that call I had all those years ago.